And here we are again.
Yeah, it worked.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
You're not coming through the right mic, but you're loud and it can hear you, at a normal volume. So it works.
Coming through the mic now? Is this the right mic?
No, you're not. Nope.
Still?
Nope.
All right, I'll keep working on that. Rob is here. Rob, how you doing?
Well, welcome back.
Thank you. Unfortunately, Ben actually had to go. So
no.
It is the three of us for the rest of the show, whatever that may be. And I will keep trying to fix my microphone. Let's see. I mean, everything's coming through okay here. Hopefully, I don't know if anybody out there. Oh, hey, we got Gigi is back. And thank you, Gigi, for hanging in there with us. Wolverine Gage is back. Thank you for coming back. Appreciate it, you guys. I apologize. I've been doing this long enough. You think we'd have this nailed down now, but every once in a while I try something new and it backfires, and that's what happened. So, all right, we were talking MSU, but we kind of got through that. Let's get into the Heisman discussion. The Heisman race is heating up, and I had, you know what, I'm going to bring up my slides locally so I at least know what I'm talking about. But On3 has their Heisman picks out, and they have, let's see here, they've got Fernando Mendoza as number 1. They've got Ty Simpson, who's he from? Alabama, and then Julian Sayin from Ohio State, and then Dante Moore is way down at number 9 in their Week 12 poll for the Heisman. So the race is heating up. And one of the reasons I heard that Mendoza is considered number 1 right now is because of that comeback win against Indiana's comeback win against, what was that? Penn State? Shoot, who did they play last week? Yeah, Penn State.
Penn State. Yeah.
So as it stands now, they're picking for Fernando Mendoza because of that. Bryce Underwood has criminally been left off the list. I'm not sure why. But Rob, let me ask you first. What do you think of Julian Sayin being at number 3 versus Mendoza being at number 1?
I've been reading a lot lately that what fans or voters want to see is there being more of like Julian Sayin being in a close, tight situation, like a dramatic type of finish. I'm thinking I'm sorry that Ohio State's defense absolutely smothers people and doesn't really give them their offense a chance to get in the field, while Ohio State drives down the field and just keeps happening over and over again. I mean, it's not that dude's fault. It's he can control what he control, which is he's controlling the fact that he's throwing 80.9% completion rate. He's got 24 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 2,491 yards, and he's got a 91.1 QBR. And he's a big reason why the offense has been able to churn out the clock, and it has to do with the fact that they are second in the country on third down conversions. They have converted 54 out of 96 attempts. So that's a 56.2 conversion rate, which is a lot better than the rest of the country. And he's a big reason for that. Just so accurate. He can make any throw. And you know what? I was watching that. I was watching that Penn State game. They had him throw into the bracket that they had around Jeremiah Smith. That was the biggest screw you play that I've seen. Just they have two defenders around Julian Sayin, pretty much that quote unquote bracket that Texas was doing. And he just threw right into it because he can make any throw possible. I've never seen anything like that. But you know what? I can somewhat agree with, with the voters or fans are thinking that we need to see him with this Heisman moment. But does it have to be this dramatic finish that we're just so used to seeing? Or can we, measure just what's been going on this entire season? And doesn't have to be this dramatic, oh my gosh, he closed his eyes, he turned around, he threw it down the field and touchdown Jeremiah Smith. They win the game. It's just why?
A2 Fan 71 says that the NCAA has Mendoza number 1 in passing touchdowns and Sand number 5.
Yeah, but man, can we? You know what, man? I don't.
I can't believe I'm about to do this, but I'm about to defend Ohio State, and I hate this, and I'm gonna go wash my mouth out with soap after, I promise. Here's the thing. That's a flawed metric, though. It doesn't matter the volume. It shouldn't matter, I should say, the volume with which Julian Sayin is throwing touchdown passes, because they're beating the crap out of everybody. And I'm not happy saying that. That hurt. I feel like I'm going into cardiac arrest just saying something like that, man. They're beating everybody, and Ryan Day has this really great game plan of slowing the game down for their offense so that they're playing like, I think what they determined was that by the end of the season, Ohio State is going to play 1 full game's worth of snaps less than every other college football team. It's unfortunate, but I mean, basically what Ryan Day did was looked at 2023 Michigan and said, hey, let's do that. That seems to work great. And so that's what they're doing. They're a slow offense, but dang, when that kid throws the ball, he is dead on the money every single time. But they don't need to score 40 and 50 points like the Ohio State offenses of old. They're scoring 30 points like Jim Harbaugh would do, because they want to be like Harbaugh. That's really all I can figure, is that Ohio State just wants to be like Harbaugh. Ryan Day is jealous of Jim Harbaugh. He's his khakis. He's buying khakis now. He's picking his nose on the sideline. It's great. You got to be. He's converted to Catholicism, probably. So there
you go. A2 Fan 71 says that Sand is number 1 in passing efficiency and Mendoza is number 2. Actually, Rob, before you say anything else,
sorry.
Just to torture you for a little bit longer.
Just 1 second. So on 3, so they have their point system. They've got Mendoza with 65 points, and then Ty Simpson with 58, and Julian Sayin at 57. So that number 2 and 3, according to On 3, obviously On 3 isn't the one who determines who wins the Heisman. But yeah, they've got in their main explanation that Indiana was pushed to the brink by Penn State, trailing by 4 points with only a few minutes remaining. Yet Mendoza and company never panicked, although they were behind. Instead, they buckled down and simply went to work. And it's that catch at the end of the drive that Omar Cooper. Have you guys seen the clip of that catch yet?
Yeah, I have. That was a really good catch.
It was incredible. We're gonna be talking about that one for years. But I wanted to agree with you, though, that let me put it this way. It's interesting to me because it's kind of the same thing. The way that the Heisman gets talked about is a lot like what happens at the end of a big game when they carry off the kicker for making the field goal. They carry the kicker off because that was the game-winning goal. But the reason he was able to get the game-winning goal is because the rest of the team got him far enough to where that game-winning goal would actually work. It's always that
field goal.
Yeah.
You keep saying goal like this is soccer. It's not soccer. And I say this as a fan of soccer. Get it right.
But it is true that it's the flashy stuff or the exciting part that tends to get the voters attracted.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the on three list putting Mendoza ahead of Sayin. Do you really think that'll hold up when they finally do the Heisman voting?
You know what? I do want to. You know what? Since Michigan fans love putting Ohio State players as either they're trash or they're not when they play Michigan, just based off that game. Let's see how Julian Sayin does that game. I'll play that game. That's fine. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens during that game because I feel like again, a lot of players are judged. Do I agree with it? No, but a lot of players cement their legacy. You go to Ohio State, Michigan for that game. Troy Smith will live in infamy for that game. JT Barrett will as well.
He was short.
And then you have Dwayne Haskins. Hey, you know what? You want to say he was short? Let's talk about the play before. It was freaking 3rd and 15. Curtis Samuel is going around the right side. Okay, dead to rights. Oh, I'm going to cut it back. Oh, dead to rights. Okay, I'm going to cut it back one more time. And then you make a manageable 4th and 1. What about that play that made it 4th and 1?
You had our signs.
Speaking of which, Sharice says OSU doesn't want to be a bunch of cheaters. I agree. Who wants to be Michigan State?
You know,
oh, you got him. You got him where it hurts, right in the tugger.
Mac, who do you think should win the Heisman this year?
I don't know. Not Julian saying. I never keep up on the Heisman hype because here's the stupid thing about it. They want to crown the Heisman winner back in September when it doesn't matter. I mean, how many times have quarterbacks won the September Heisman and then completely fallen off the rest of the year? Remember when they were talking? And okay, so this is a terrible example because it's going to feed right into Rob's point. And that's probably not a good thing for me to do right now, but I'm going to do it anyway because screw it. CJ Stroud. How many times did he win the September Heisman just to completely crap the bed against Michigan? You know, and I'm not saying he should be defined by that game because, again, I think CJ Stroud is an incredible quarterback and an even better person, it sounds like. He sounds like a really great guy. But, I mean, that's what the Heisman has become is just a September. If you play really well.
Uh-oh.
Can you hear that?
I heard some dogs barking.
That's not a dog barking. That's somebody's car.
Oh, it sounds like a
all right. Yeah, well, it's not running for very long. Anyway, they want to turn the Heisman Trophy has turned into a quarterback award anyway, so I do think it's going to be a quarterback, whoever it is. But I actually think that the winner of the Heisman Trophy is the winner of Indiana versus Ohio State in the Big Ten championship if Ohio State can get past Michigan. That's what I think.
Mac, I'm gonna just say something right now. CJ Stroud did not crap the bed against Michigan. It was Kerry Combs' defense, and it was Jim Knowles' first-year defense. These were his stats. So 2021, 34-49, 394 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. And he also had 10 carries for 19 yards, 1 touchdown. And then 2022, 31 of 48, 349 yards, 2 touchdowns. Yes, he threw 2 interceptions, but other than that, those are good stats. And it was, that's the thing I don't understand. Go look at the defensive stats for Ohio State those 2 years. It was terrible.
That's a good point. That's a really good point. Yeah, he didn't actually crap. He had to play hero ball for Ohio State a couple of times because the defense just couldn't stop Michigan, which is just a wild thing to be saying at this point, given what happened in the 2010s. But anyway,
yeah, and that's why they had to go out and score every 1 to 2 minutes because their defense would give up stupid, crazy points. But go on.
What's fascinating here too? Yeah, Mac, you're right. The top 5, according to On3, the top 5 are all quarterbacks. You don't get to another position until number 6, which is wide receiver Jeremiah Smith at Ohio State. I'm surprised. Well, maybe I shouldn't be surprised, but Dante Moore at Oregon is all the way down at number 9. Guess who's not on the list? Arch Manning.
I wonder where's Paul Feinbaum?
Yeah, where's Paul Feinbaum?
Yeah, I want to know where Paul Feinbaum is right now.
Him and his stupid glasses.
What and what a tragedy for the kid, though. I mean, like Mac, you were saying, they picked the Heisman in September, and who did they pick? Arch Manning.
But he was the Heisman in August.
Well, okay, sure.
They anointed him. They anointed him in August. They said, this kid's going to be amazing. He's going to win the Heisman Trophy. They gave him the Heisman Trophy for all intents and purposes in August. And you can't tell me for a second that didn't impact his play. He went into that Ohio State game knowing all of the pressure that was on him. And that was not fair to him. That was not fair to him because he went full stormtrooper mode, man. He couldn't hit anything.
I will say Arch Manning has gotten a little better as the season has gone on. I mean, here are his stats right now.
Well, yeah, they're back up to number 10, right?
Yeah,
so number 10 in CFP.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So 2,123 yards, 18 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. But I mean, he threw a 75.8% against a 9th-ranked Vandy, 25-33,
Mhm.
3 touchdowns, and he led the comeback against Mississippi State. Don't know how the heck they got behind that far, anyways. And he played pretty against 5 Oklahoma. He was 21-27, 100. Okay, yeah. So I mean, through 77.8% completion rate, but still just garbage stats.
All right, Mac. Settle down over there, man. Jeez.
Pistons are winning, by the way.
Nice. All right, let me hit a few chats here before we get into our next topic. Brendan Court says, "Go blue, go blue."
Go blue.
GG Dope says OSU definitely wants to be Michigan.
And how?
Let's see. So A2 fan 71 says JT was short. Nobody remembers him outside of Columbus. I don't know if that's true.
No one
Brandon
remembers
Court.
Blake
JT.
Corum outside of Ann Arbor.
Yeah, well, yeah. Brandon Court says the Gold Pants Goons.
Hold up. What? Whoa. Wait a minute.
What?
Rob's dig just registered in my brainium, and I am gonna take issue with that. You know who remembers Blake Corum? Alabama remembers Blake Corum. Ohio State remembers Blake Corum. Thank you very much. Who's that other team that we beat? Washington remembers Blake Corum, but you know what's hilarious is that Washington also remembers Donovan Edwards. You know that Donovan Edwards that y'all totally faded in 2024? Yeah, he basically single-handedly had Washington dead to rights in the national championship game. I also vaguely remember him running for, not one, but 2 75-yard plus touchdowns against Ohio State in the toilet bowl. So I'm just saying. All right, please continue.
Sharice says, "Go Buckeyes, baby. We are still the #1 team in the nation." That is true. That is true. Brandon
That is
Court
a factual statement.
says Michigan is going to kill that Julian Sayin Heisman talk.
All right,
Open.
man.
Blue Wolverine says OSU and MSU are cheaters.
Cheaters.
He's going to go around to all of them now and do that. Let's see here. Brandon Court, there you go. Go Pistons. What'd you say the score was?
Hang on a second. 120-108. Detroit's beating Chicago, and Detroit is 9-2.
Nice.
How about that? They're looking good.
Maybe
They're
they'll do
number
something
one
this
in
year.
the they're number 1 in the central standings. They've won 7 games in a row. Man,
Yeah.
Pistons might be onto something here.
Oh, come on.
This is a long season to go, though.
All right. Well, as somebody who's never
You never
watched
know.
an entire NBA game all the way through, I'm impressed. Okay.
All right. Blue Wolverine says Columbus definitely knows who Corum is. And Brendan Court says that Dono is Ryan Day's nightmare. Well, he was.
Mhm.
Not so much anymore. Wolverine
Yeah.
Gage says, fun fact, JJ McCarthy was a big Ohio State fan, wanted to be there, but Ryan Day didn't want him, so decided to go to Michigan instead. Yeah, there was that recruiting battle between him and Kyle McCord, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and here's
Yeah.
my thing. I think that he knew if he got Kyle McCord, he'd get Marvin Harrison Jr. to come as well.
Yeah.
It was a package deal.
Oh,
Yeah,
They went to the same
yeah.
high school. There's actually a clip out there that Marvin Harrison Jr. talked about playing football with Kyle McCord in college.
Gotcha. All right. Well, we are going to leave the Heisman.
Cool.
We're going to leave the Heisman race behind for now as we start talking about coaching rumors, Meyer and Kelly in particular. Now, we've been talking about the coaching carousel, how James Franklin's firing has actually been a boon to Big Ten coaches because everybody's getting a raise now because nobody wants to lose their coach to Penn State. But here we go. We've got 2 big rumors. Penn State needs a coach, and Michigan State might be looking for a coach. Depending on how things go the rest of the season, I suppose, with Jonathan Smith, although I believe, did he get his contract renewed for another season, or is it just that the AD came out and said, no, we support him?
Jonathan Smith?
Yeah.
I am not aware that anyone said anything.
I think it was the AD came out and said they support him for next year. So
the AD just got fired there like within the last couple of months, I think. So I don't know
Well,
what
maybe
they're
maybe
thinking
a
over
new
there.
AD
They're
then.
they're waiting. Wait a minute. Who did I? No, that was about Luke Fickell. Luke Fickell, the AD at Wisconsin, said that they had no plans to fire Luke Fickell, and then they said that they were keeping him through next season.
Oh
All right.
man.
Yeah.
That's
So Urban Meyer was said to be interviewing with Penn State, but then said it was a lie. But now there's a sports writer who feels he's lying about that, and I will try to bring up the article when I get back to it here. Well, one second, Rob. So, actually, we're going to start with Urban Meyer, and do you guys think he'll end up at Penn State if the rumors are true? If they're not true, whatever. If Urban Meyer were to end up at Penn State, do you think he would be a good fit? Go ahead, Rob.
You know, I will say that I saw, you know, what's circulating around is a Missouri message board saying that I heard from a very good source that Eli Drinkowitz has talked to the team and he's actually heading to Penn State, uh, you know, after the season. So, you know, just keep an eye on that. And this was like on one of their, it's kind of like the Michigan forum where, you know, Chris Ballas and all of them talk. It's like one of those forums where you have like reputable sources. Yeah, reputable sources. I I can't believe I just said that with Chris Ballas in there as well. But you know, here's the thing: Urban Meyer, you just don't know with him. I mean, to me, I think he's done. He did say his dream job was Notre Dame.
Oh, I hadn't
Like,
heard
really?
that. Okay.
He had three. I think it was Notre Dame, Ohio State, and I forgot the other one. Never really mentioned Penn State, but I will say that, I mean, there were talks about him, you know, when Mel Tucker got fired, that he was going to go to Michigan State, but they wouldn't give him the resources to be a perennial, for them to be a consistent powerhouse. So they swung and missed on that. But
They wouldn't allow him to do all the cheating that he wanted to do.
oh yeah, I'm sure. But you know, it's kind of like I just don't see Urban coming back. Just like I get all my news from
Don
Don
Thomas.
Oh yeah, Don Thomas. Yeah, because he's
He's inside.
but
I'll say this about Don Thomas. Like he seems like a really nice fella. He does. His little love affair thing that was going on with Cade McNamara there for a little while, man, that was peak cringe for me. But he seems like a really nice guy. You know, I got nothing against Don Thomas.
No.
yeah. But you know, I just like there's rumors circulating around that, you know, LSU is set to hire Nick Saban. Those are just two
Oh, yeah.
coaches who will be circulating around forever when there's an opening at a big time school. I don't think he's coming out of retirement, but I did hear, well, I read on X where people are posting from all these Missouri football forums that Eli Drinkowitz did in fact talk to the team, and he's heading to Penn State when the season's over. Now, I did
Yeah, I've heard that one too.
see, yeah, I did see that, you know, James Franklin is about to be hired as the Arkansas head coach. That would be really
really?
interesting.
All right, I
Arkansas,
hadn't heard that one.
I thought Virginia Tech.
Yeah, I thought that one
Oh,
too.
man.
His name was going around about the Virginia Tech job as well. But man, Brian Kelly, Brian Kelly's James Franklin 2.0. Yeah, if you compare the stats, they are.
Okay, so
Well-
yeah, they were talking to James Franklin, but he's also been linked to Arkansas and Auburn. Okay, so nobody knows where Franklin's going right now.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
Well-
Okay, so Virginia Tech, it sounds like, I haven't verified just yet, but it sounds like Virginia Tech offered James Franklin the position, but James Franklin hasn't given them an answer yet because he's looking at potential, or he's also talking to Arkansas and Auburn.
Okay.
Huh. All right, that's interesting.
Well,
I say,
go ahead.
if James Franklin goes to the SEC, he's done. Like his career is finished within 4 years.
Yeah, that's a tough environment for somebody like him.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm just surprised that any SEC school would want to look at him. I mean, like,
Yeah.
if we're looking to revive a program, then sure. I mean, let it be James Franklin. But if you're looking to take us, you know what? Here's the thing, man. I feel like James Franklin's going to be like one of those coaches where just like, yeah, we want you to come in, clean up the mess, but we plan on firing you when you can't bring us any further, and we need someone else.
Well, that's how he gets those boss contracts. They got to pay him anyway, or he has to look for a job, or they're gonna. What was it? He had so many. I don't even remember. He had so many crazy clauses. James Franklin did in his Penn State contract that he barely even had to work. He was going to make millions.
What about Brian Kelly contract dispute with LSU? That's crazy.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting fight. So the article here is from John. I think I'm going to say that's Stashak. He writes for Nittany Central, and he said that over the past week, a swirl of reports suggested Urban Meyer kicked the tires on Penn State's opening, and that Penn State kicked back. The loudest version came Friday, October 31st. Well, here we are in November. When national radio host Zach Gelb said on air he had two sources, and it's actually in scary quotes in the article, who told him that Meyer had great interest in the Nittany Lions job and that he had conversations with the powers that be at Penn State, and that talks fizzled when the discussion turned to how Meyer would navigate the NIL era. But then, oh my goodness, those conversations didn't go far. Urban could talk to Penn State again, but it would only be to advocate for Brian Hartline. Okay, but that's back in October. So then on Wednesday, November 5th, he used his Triple Option podcast to push back, laughing off the report, insisting he will not be the next head coach at Penn State, and denying he even met with Pennsylvania Senator Dave McCormick about the job.
What?
But
why is the senator getting involved?
Well, but there's a photo of him with McCormick having breakfast. So Meyer saying that he never talked to him is kind of strange.
All right, hang on a second here. The government was shut down, and instead of trying to figure out how to open back up, we've got a state senator from Pennsylvania meeting with Urban Liar about the head coaching job at a football team.
Yeah,
football program.
But yeah, this Gelb's reporting leans hard on that very thing, that when Penn State probed Meyer's NIL plan, the answers didn't match what Kraft wants in the current landscape. The claim remains unverified, but is consistent with how multiple outlets framed the search and with how AD Pat Croft has positioned the program's urgency post-Franklin.
Oh, that's the AD. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's urgent.
Yeah. So here, this is why this Urban Meyer Penn State story still doesn't add up. He says, so far it's a he said, Meyer's denial versus Gelb's two-source report. He says, for my money, what doesn't pass the smell test is that Urban Meyer is seen wandering around Capitol Hill having breakfast with a junior Pennsylvania senator who carries some serious influence around with him. But they didn't talk about the Penn State opening. So, I mean, it's rumor on rumor on rumor.
Oh, no. I bet you.
But
oh, my gosh. Urban Meyer is going to run for Senate.
In Pennsylvania?
Somewhere. He knows this McCormick guy, apparently. And so he's asking for advice. Like, where should I run? Should I run as, a Republican or a Democrat? How high should I say that the taxes should be? Who do I need to bribe to get a Senate seat?
Oh, come on.
The more I look at this, the more I look at this article, though, it sounds like the guy who wrote it just really wants Urban Meyer to be head coach at Penn State, not necessarily that he has hard evidence that he will be. But
yeah, and I want my taxes prorated for the amount of time the government was shut down, but that's not going to happen either, is it?
But now also today I saw a report, and I can't believe that they would already be talking this out in the open, but Brian Kelly being considered for the Michigan State job, which isn't actually open.
They're already releasing so many articles about, who's going to replace Jonathan Smith at Michigan State. He's not even fired.
I don't know why they don't fire him, man. He he doesn't get it. He doesn't get the rivalry. He doesn't get that
No.
Yeah.
like just by that press conference before the Michigan State game was just like, okay, this dude just he doesn't have the energy for this job.
Well, and I think that's been the criticism that some of the the coaches in the Northwest maybe don't have the temperament for Big Ten football. Obviously, Dan Lanning is proving that wrong, but a lot of these guys have more of a laid back view of coaching, at least from the Northwest area, and they come out here to the Big Ten and it's smash mouth football, and I think maybe they just don't get it.
They don't know what defense is.
Well, that's true too, because your West Coast teams are always throwing it fast and moving fast, so they try to get around the defense and score as many points as possible. I guess that's what we saw in Rich Rod. What Rich Rod was trying to do at Michigan.
And they also don't really care to recruit on defense or put together a viable defense period.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't understand why Oregon's doing so well in the Big Ten right now, is because they've actually got a defense, but like why and how?
They currently have the number one passing defense in the country.
Yeah. It's wild. It makes no sense.
Well, it's got to come down to Dan Lanning. I mean, Dan Lanning has the attitude. He's got the killer instinct. I mean, he wants this bad. He knows that Oregon is the best team in college football that has never won a national championship. So if he can break that, I mean, he's going to be legendary.
Oh yeah, they'll put up a statue.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be great.
All right, before we get into the games, let's look at some more of these chats. Brandon Court says Pistons win. So they are 10-2 with 8 straight wins. Nice.
Go Pistons.
Wolverine Gage says, I think the next Penn State coach will probably be Brian Kelly. That would be interesting if he's actually being talked about for Penn State or even Michigan State. That would be bizarre for Brian Kelly to go to Michigan State.
If you get fired from a school in a conference, can you get hired by another school in the same conference, like the same year or the next year or something?
I'm sure you can, unless it's in your contract that you can't.
I feel like that's a thing that they put in contracts because they have it for players. Like you can't transfer, or I don't know if this is the case anymore, but at one point it was you can't transfer to a school within the same conference. You have to go out of conference.
Yeah, I'm not even sure that holds up anymore in NIL. I think that's all changed. Wolverine Gage says, oh yeah, we showed this one, and Brian Kelly is basically James Franklin 2.0. Charisse, OSU is on their way to winning back-to-back natties. Maybe. They're certainly on the way. Yeah.
I just, you know what? Okay. If I can't believe I'm about to say what I'm about to say, at least it's not the SEC. I mean, because we all know that they were buying players before it was legal. Yeah. So taste your own medicine, doctor. Like, this is great. I love seeing the SEC flounder on a national stage now. It makes my heart warm. My cold, dead heart.
But
go ahead, Rob.
But you just wish it wasn't Ohio State having this much success for the Big Ten, right?
Maybe a little.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, I'd rather see Indiana win, but hey. We could spread it around. We could go three different Big Ten teams over 3 years.
But here's the thing about Indiana. Outside of these 2 years, the Kirschnetti, they know deep down inside they're just a basketball school.
I know. Yeah.
They're not even a basketball school right now, though.
I mean, these are the 2 best years in the history of Indiana football. So it'd be nice to cap off something with a national championship. Wolverine Gage says Scott Frost as the new head coach of Penn State. There we go.
Yeah, do it. Do it, Penn State. Do it.
Yeah. Brandon Gord said it's Arkansas. They're not winning anything.
That's fair.
LSU doesn't want to pay him. It's funny. Yeah, they're done with him, I think. Wolverine Gage says, I heard Marcus Freeman is a candidate for the Penn State job. No way. No, there's no way Notre Dame's letting go of Marcus Freeman, is there?
Well, but does Marcus Freeman want to go is the question. Marcus Freeman will go.
Does he have any connection to Penn State?
I don't know, but at least they're in a conference. You know, maybe that's the case. I don't know. Honestly, I think it's actually an advantage for them to not be in a conference.
Yeah.
because they can start the season 0-2, and I understand those are good losses. Good losses. I don't mean to speak in SEC-ese here, but they're good losses, I guess. But they don't have to then play a conference championship game, and they've basically got an automatic bid to the playoffs as long as they go 10-2 or better.
Yeah.
I mean, so yeah, don't join a conference. In fact, Michigan should leave the Big Ten. That would just make everything better.
Wolverine Gage says, but I don't see Freeman leaving Notre Dame because it's his home. He said that many times. Okay, so that's what I'm wondering, if he has any connection to Penn State.
Yeah, and he converted to Catholicism for him. Like, actually.
Right, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, can you just convert religions and then leave?
Well, he didn't
What's he going to convert
religions,
to?
though.
Was he? Oh, he was already a Christian?
I think he was Pentecostal or something and then became Catholic. So it's still Christian. It's just different denominations there.
Sure. All right. But what's he converting to if he goes to Penn State? Methodist? Baptist? I don't know.
So Brandon Court says, they want to can John Smith, just watching for the right time. Yeah, they're not happy. That's for sure.
Yeah, they're waiting for the next coaching cycle because everybody's firing their coaches right now. And so there isn't anybody good on the market, or at least there's a lot of competition in the market, I should say.
They said he also hears he's a candidate for MSU as well, but it's all just rumors. Yeah, it's all rumors until somebody gets hired. Wolverine Gage, I hit the like button. Thank you, Wolverine Gage. Appreciate that.
Appreciate you, Wolverine Gage.
A2 Fan 71 says the NCAA has Mendoza #1 in passing yards. They have
I think we already read this. I think you're getting into old messages now.
Flipped around on me again. Does this all the time. Okay. Ineligible players. All right. Okay. We're going to get into the football games now, and I am going to risk it all and try to share my slides. I don't have the local recording isn't going. Everything seems to be fine. So I'm going to put this up here so we can all see what's going on. And if this crashes again, I'm just going to cry. No, we're good. All right.
Yay.
Back here, there's that. Okay, here we are with our Pigskin Showdown. Mac and Rob, you guys are tied now for wins. So then I guess the tiebreaker has to go to win percentage. And Mac, I'm sorry, it's Rob.
You've got to be kidding.
Rob, congratulations. So this is for our viewers out there. If you don't know, we keep track of who picks what, wins and losses, and then win percentages. And right now, Mac and Rob are in a tie with 22 wins each, with Rob at 84% pick efficiency. And then Garrison, Peter is still at 80%, but that's because he's not on regularly anymore. But we leave him on there because we love Peter. He's a good guy. Ben is at 75%, I think, because he just quit trying.
He's only got one more loss than me. So he quit trying, but I'm tied for first. All right.
Right. Yeah. There you go. All
and
right,
Garrison can just screw right off.
I don't know where Garrison is. He said he was going to be on tonight. Okay, guys. Our first game for the week is Minnesota at number 8, Oregon. This is the 5th meeting between the two teams. The spread on this game is 22.5 in Oregon's favor. The FPI is 95.8% in Oregon's favor. Does Minnesota have a chance? What is your score pick here, Rob? What do you got?
Did you say it's at Oregon?
It is at Oregon, yes.
Yeah, I don't think Minnesota has a chance of this one. They're not going to be rowing the boat that night at all. Well, I mean, they're going to be rowing the boat home after they get their teeth kicked in. But you know what? Oregon is going. Well, obviously Oregon's going to win, but I think it's going to be like, I'm going to say 34-10.
34-10 Oregon.
Yeah.
All right, Mac, what do you think on this game?
Oh boy, I was sad when PJ Fleck left my beautiful and amazing and wonderful alma mater, Western Michigan. I'm not really all that upset about it anymore, and I need to tell you why. All right, you ready for this? Western is currently in sole possession of first place in the MAC conference. You're dang right we are. Give me Oregon 56-13.
56-13. All right.
I like how all of that analysis has absolutely nothing to do with this game, but I've got a vendetta against PJ Fleck, so give me Oregon.
Our next game is the amazing UCLA against the number 1 Ohio State. I call UCLA amazing because they've done some crazy things ever since firing their coach, including getting James Franklin fired.
And probably Jonathan Smith too.
Yeah, maybe. But nevertheless, UCLA is 3-6 and Ohio State is 9-0. This is the 10th meeting between the two teams. Although, and I love this, Ohio State has not beaten UCLA this century. And yes, they did play in 2001.
Oh, okay. All right.
But, that was 24 years ago, right? Their last meeting, September 22nd, 2001, 13-6 at UCLA, and UCLA won. But what does that have to do today? With today, the series stands at 4-1. So this is a tiebreaker game. Can Ohio State do it? Rob, is UCLA going to get the upset?
Yeah, they turned things around a little
He just
bit.
said yeah. He just said yeah. He said UCLA is going to get the upset.
I said
I heard you say yeah. That's it. That. Write it down.
No, never in my life. All right. So they turned things around a little bit. And you know what I think is funny about UCLA? When they won those games, they showed Jerry Neuheisel, gave him the credit, but when USA loses, they show the other guy who's the interim coach.
That's true.
So I actually find that kind of funny, but no, and you know what? Nico Amilava makes his return to Columbus after that shellacking that he took on a different team. I don't think it's going to be much different. Yes, they're going to have to contain him in the pocket, and he's going to be the biggest threat on this team. But again, like this Ohio State team, they're very businesslike. They're not going to take anything for granted. They don't care that UCLA is 3-6. I mean, they're going to be a team who has nothing to lose, so they're probably going to pull all the stops out to make this competitive and not even possibly get the win, but they're going to be playing like they're a desperate team trying to upset the number 1 team in the country. But give me Ohio State 42 and UCLA 6.
Give me the 6. Oh my goodness, there was something I was going to point out. I forgot what it was, but at any rate, everybody out there in the chat, if you have a pick for these games, please drop it in the chat and we will put it up on screen and talk about it.
I got one more thing to say though.
Yeah, go for it.
We were going to talk about Ohio State's weakness, but I just want to say that there is no weakness. Players allowed to have bad games. I know that they gave up 2 sacks, but for the totality of the season, they've only given up 5 sacks. But if it was 2 sacks each game, I say, yeah, there's a weakness that's going to be exposed there. But it's just like that was like an outlier game.
The analysis I saw was that Purdue exposed a weakness because they were able to get pressure on Sayin, and because of that, they got the sack. But I think it was primarily because it was Purdue. Somehow Purdue found a way to get pressure on Sayin that nobody else has been able to do, and he was just a little bit off his game because of that. Now, was it just a bad game? That's a possibility. Maybe he wasn't 100%. But is there a possibility that there was a weakness there that other teams could expose?
Wait a minute. I just want to look at so I'm pulling up stats right now, and it's just like, so for the Purdue game, he was 27-33, 303 yards, Yes, 1 touchdown, 81.6%. He had 1 interception, but it just like, there was when he was playing Wisconsin, they got pressured him. He stepped outside of the pocket, stepped to the side, and threw a complete dime to Cardinal Tate, the highest point where he can get it. And the Penn State game, he's getting pressured. He moves outside the pocket or he steps up in the pocket and he throws an absolute dime. So it's just like Julian's saying he's elite in the pocket. His awareness, his shiftiness, being able to work the pocket, and just like, I mean, the same thing happened the Ohio game, because I know you're going with this. He threw that interception when he was pressured. He threw an interception when he was pressured when they played the Ohio Bobcats. He was trying to throw it away and it just didn't go his way. So, I mean, I don't know what else to say, man.
Yeah, I didn't say it was good analysis. I just said, it was out there.
Yeah. But all right.
Here's the
Wolverine
article. It's
says, yeah,
complete
no
crap,
weakness.
but we're going to talk about it.
Well, you got to. Hey, it's college football, man. Everybody's right once in a while, even the crazy takes. Think about the people who picked Purdue to beat Ohio State in 2018, and everybody thought they were crazy. The Blue Wolverine says, no weakness, kick a 30-yard field goal. Winky face there. He is just kidding after that. So maybe UCLA. All right, Mac. What do you got? UCLA or Ohio State?
Should I do it?
Last week you picked Purdue over Ohio State, and it did not
because
go your way.
I am a man of principle. Okay. I stand on principle. I stand on my morals, and my morals are Ohio State bad, whoever they're playing, good. Unfortunately, I'm also losing to Rob in the competition, and so I need to make up some ground. So I'm going to totally ignore my principles for this one. Ohio State wins. Give me 45-10. Oh, I hate myself. Good Lord.
Oh, no.
All right. Well, I know what I'm talking about in therapy next time.
Oh, boy. Our next game, bringing it back home to Michigan, number 18, Michigan. They moved up 3 spots in the CFP. We have an article on that on our website. We do a comedy website now, satire. Shouldn't say comedy, satire website.
Yeah.
If you go to teamrivalry.com, we're trying to become the Babylon Bee of college football, and we're going to do it eventually. Not today. Tomorrow, maybe. Number 18, Michigan, going up against the unranked Northwestern Wildcats. Their 78th meeting. The series stands 60-15 Michigan. Their last meeting was Michigan's kickoff to a rousing close to last season when they beat them 50-6 at Michigan Stadium. The spread is only 11.5 points, and Michigan has been given 79.2% in the FPI. Rob, can Michigan close this one out? Can they beat Northwestern?
You know what? Should I do it? Should I follow my principle?
Do it.
No, I can't. My father always taught me to make a logical decision and not an emotional decision. So you know what? Michigan, all they got to do is, they're going to be looking to win out. All they got to do is get through these next 2 games. Yes, Northwestern is a sneaky good team, but there's no reason why Michigan shouldn't be able to get through these next 2 games and have that final showdown with Ohio State for a spot in the playoffs on the line. So you know what? Give me Michigan 24. Give me Northwestern 14.
Ooh, all right.
Respectable.
All right. Mac, I forgot to put this up there. Brandon said don't do it. So he didn't want you to pick UCLA either. So that's good.
I'm sorry to let you down, Brandon. I want to apologize to you, your family, somebody else.
Who you got, Michigan or Northwestern?
Man, this is a tough one. It's funny, Rob, that you would say that you're going to make a logical decision here, because I distinctly remember last week you saying that you're not even sure that Michigan's going to go to Wrigley Stadium and beat Northwestern because Northwestern's really good and Michigan sucks. So I remember that. I remember things because my mind is like a steel trap, like an elephant. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that information, but I have it. Anyway,
My win losses are on the line for this competition. My
yeah.
competitiveness is bigger than anything. So now remember, at the beginning of the season, I did pick Texas to beat Ohio State.
Oh,
You did.
That's right. Yeah,
that's true. You did. All right, guys, we found him. The only reasonable Ohio State fan in the existence of the universe. Here he is, right here, because he once called Ohio State to lose. Yeah. So Michigan's going to win. I expect it to be ugly. I don't want it to be ugly, and I will be pleasantly surprised if it is not ugly. But man, I mean, we got to figure something out in the passing game, and Northwestern's not very good against the pass. So you got to do something. You got to get some reps in for that passing game, because you are going to need the passing game against Ohio State and even Maryland, because Maryland, they're not doing so hot this season, but I mean, they're not, they're the game before Ohio State, and you can't overlook them. I've got Michigan. I'm going to take them 28-13. But it's going to be an ugly 28. I'm not happy about it.
Yeah, they haven't eclipsed 31 points all season. I mean, they scored. Well, actually, no, that's wrong. Does Central Michigan count?
I mean, yeah, but at the end of the day, it's still Central. Like, Central sucks.
All right.
Wolverine Gage is outdoing both of you here. He's got Michigan wins 45-7.
I love it. Wolverine Gage, you are a better man than me. Assuming you're a dude. I'm assuming.
Brandon says it's okay. We all give in sometimes.
It's not
Wolverine,
okay.
Wolverine Gage says he's never going to bet against his own team.
Yeah. That's a good man right there. It's good.
Brandon Court also, I think Michigan's going to steamroll Northwestern 48-13.
I would love that. If Michigan gets close to 50 points, I would feel so much better about this team going into Ohio State.
Yeah.
Just like last season.
Yes.
I mean, I'm just saying, because that's just like where it all started.
Yeah. I called Michigan to win that game too, unironically. I just want that out there. Like, I called.
No, I was saying that it all started when you guys felt better going to the Ohio State game when Michigan put up 50 points against Northwestern.
Oh, yeah. No, you're absolutely right. That is true. Yeah. Yeah, because
I don't know about that. I remember, last year it was also Northwestern and then Maryland and then Ohio State, right?
No, it was Northwestern and then Ohio.
And then Ohio State, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I remember I don't think I felt any better about the Ohio State game. I think I was very excited to see Michigan put up 50 on Northwestern. But that was still the Ohio State game. I almost didn't watch it because I thought for sure it was going to be a bloodbath. But I thought, no, I can't be a fair weather fan. I got to at least watch half the game. And then it was 10-10 at the half, and so I was like, all right, well, I'm in this now.
I kept texting you too. I was like, dude, turn on the game. I think we're gonna win.
I was watching the game.
Of course, I said that before the game even started because I'm a delusional homer. But
Wolverine Gage says, I'm a boy.
Sweet. All right. Love it.
But Brandon here points out that look what happened last year with a lesser offense, 50-6. That's, we do have that going this year. I mean, Michigan is obviously better on offense than they were last year. Defense, I think is about the same.
No, I think that the defense is kind of worse than last year right now.
Taking a step back. All right.
Yeah, there's been injuries. I don't think it's necessarily their fault or Wink's fault. It's been mostly injuries, except for the defensive line. The defensive line hasn't gotten penetration like they did in 24 and especially 23.
Okay.
But offensively speaking, I don't know. I think that game for Davis Warren was kind of a flash in the pan. Unfortunately, I think they kind of struck gold with that one because Northwestern's defense was like really bad.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Right.
But I mean, it's still, they had to have the wherewithal to put up 50 points and they did it. So yeah, it's a good point.
All right. Well, we got two more games. Let's hit this. We've got Wisconsin at Indiana. Indiana is still ranked number 2 in the CFP. They are 10-0. Wisconsin is struggling at 3-6. The series, though, is 41-20 in favor of Wisconsin. Their last meeting was 2 years ago. Yeah, that's 2 years ago. Indiana won 20-14. This year, the spread is 29.5 in Indiana's favor, and Indiana has 97% on the FPI. Before you guys pick this game, I want to point out this what I thought was just a great football moment. Last weekend when Indiana was playing Penn State and they had that miracle catch at the end of the game, and I believe it was, and I forgot Penn State's quarterback's name.
I can't remember because Drew Allar's injured.
Right.
And
yeah, the backup quarterback, but he was obviously having a great game. Penn State had the lead there for a little while. Indiana took it back right at the end. But there's this moment at the end of the game where Penn State's quarterback, he either got sacked or just he was on the turf and he's sitting there, kind of got his helmet in his hands. We're still wearing it, so he's got his, he's ducked down like that, and just had this defeated look about him. And an Indiana lineman walks over to him and puts his hand down to help him up, helps him up, and then hugs him, and then they go to their sides.
Oh,
but I just thought that was really cool. That's some good sportsmanship there.
Yeah,
good winner, a good loser. Really appreciate it.
That's nice.
Yeah. But getting back to this game, Wisconsin at Indiana, Rob, what do you think is going to happen?
Let's see. Death, taxes. Indiana just beats the tar out of Wisconsin. Nothing good is going to happen. Wisconsin fans are going to continue to wonder why they're giving Luke Fickell a contract extension. Thank you, Luke Fickell, for your service at Ohio State. It's very much appreciated. Not trying to badmouth him, but he just hasn't done anything significant. Like, can we really say that? Why? Like, I'm not. I know I picked Washington last weekend, but at the same time, I'm not surprised that they lost to Wisconsin in the rain. And tough-nosed defensive team Wisconsin is, but this Indiana team, they're pissed off. They've been pissed off ever since their loss to Notre Dame at the end of the season. Kirk Cignetti just has laser beams in his eyes the whole entire game, just the death stare, never happy. So, give me Indiana 50, Wisconsin just nothing.
Ooh. Putting the goose egg on Wisconsin. All right. Mac?
Yeah. Why is Luke Fickell still at Wisconsin? I really can only assume that they're bringing him back for the next year because they're waiting for the next coaching cycle, because Wisconsin doesn't want to try and compete in this particular coaching cycle, because I don't think that they have much to offer in terms of like NIL and pay packages for a head coach and all that. So what they're going to need to do is when they fire Luke Fickell over the offseason, they're going to need to look for, or next offseason, they're going to need to look for a coach who's kind of an up and comer and looking for his first shot, but also kind of resembles the Barry Alvarez style of offense that Wisconsin used to have, because Luke Fickell's offensive identity, man, it's just nothing. Okay. It's like a farmer going on a date with a city chick. Okay. She's a moron and he smells bad. It was never going to work. So Indiana, and it's not going to be pretty. It's going to be like 45-6.
45-6. All right. Wolverine Gage has 56-10. Indiana will beat them down. Going back here, Wolverine Gage said on the previous one that even though Sherwin Moore hasn't had a blowout victory, if we don't blow them out at this point, just hire Biff Bougie. Yeah. He says Northwestern, a.k.a. the Purple Nerds.
I like that. The Purple Nerds.
That's apparently a fairly common nickname for them.
Is it really?
Yeah, I didn't realize that, but yeah, they're kind of known as the engineering nerds of college football.
Well,
they do have like a 10% acceptance rate.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Wow.
It's kind of amazing that they have a football team, period. And it's Division I, no less.
Gigi Dope says, LOL, could you possibly imagine seeing an OSU Michigan player doing that for either of the other team, helping up the other team? Yeah, right. Actually, who was that? That was
Devin Gardner.
Devin Gardner and JT Barrett?
JT Barrett. Yeah, when JT Barrett broke his leg in that game, Devin Gardner, sorry, you were telling the story.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, when JT Barrett broke his leg in that game, Devin Gardner came out on the field and prayed with him and held his hand for a little bit and just, tried to, I guess, encourage him and all that. But
yeah,
more importantly, he prayed with him and all that. And then who was that second stringer that came in and just lit everything up?
Cardell Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
And then there was
2023
when Zinter broke his leg.
Yeah, everybody kind of came together for that one. That was good. Yeah. So there is hope. It's not all.
Man, what happened at the end of last year's game? I don't remember. Wasn't there like a kumbaya moment?
Oh yeah, a little scuffle, but they all got together. They were fine. You saw them in tears. I mean, they were all crying, and
they were. I even saw Michigan special teams do the OHIO thing.
From the tear gas, they were in tears.
Right. Brandon Court says that Indiana. You know what, Brandon? Is it Court or Corte? I think it's Court. But Indiana is pissed every week, pretty much, from years and years of being bad to beating the tar out of teams by 50 on a regular basis. Imagine that. Yeah, it's amazing to see what Indiana is doing these days under Curt Cignetti. I mean, it used to just be a blow-off game, and now it's you got to take them serious or you're going to get trashed. All right. We have one more game, and this is actually the only game this week where both teams are ranked in the Big Ten. Number 21, Iowa, they dropped one spot from 20 down to 21. USC is at number 17. The Hawkeyes are 6-3. The Trojans are 7-2. The series stands at 3-7, with Southern California USC having 7 wins over Iowa's 3. The last time they met was in 2019. 6 years ago was the last time these guys played when they were not both in the Big Ten, and it was 49-24 Iowa, believe it or not. So here we are. This is a night game, 7:30 p.m. at, where did the Trojans play? The Memorial Coliseum. Rob, what do you think?
Man, it's a night game, and it's at the Coliseum, and this is a high-flying, powered offense for USC. You know what? They've been playing a lot better defense, fundamentally wise, ever since they fired Alex Grinch. Ohio State fans know all about Alex Grinch. Don't want to be, and Oklahoma Sooner fans know all about Alex Grinch as well. But give me, I think USC is going to win this game. I mean, they're still in the Big Ten race, and Peter and I were actually talking about this. If USC can get past this game, it's going to come down to the USC Oregon game. Whoever wins that game is going to have to wait to see if there's chaos between Ohio State and Michigan. But anyways, I have USC winning this game. I mean, they always play tough at night in the Coliseum. So give me USC. I'm going to say 28. Iowa 13.
28-13. I forgot to mention back on the UCLA Ohio State game, just because this is at the Memorial Coliseum, but apparently UCLA is trying to get out of the Rose Bowl. I don't know if you guys saw this. They're trying to move their games from the Rose Bowl to SoFi Stadium, and Pasadena or the owners of the Rose Bowl were suing UCLA to force them to either stay at the Rose Bowl or to, pay some sort of fine. But I think a judge turned that down today, so clearing the way for UCLA to go to SoFi Stadium, and now the Rose Bowl is going to sit empty, I guess, until a bowl game. Yeah,
I mean, UCLA, of all the teams to make the Rose Bowl their home field, UCLA did not deserve it.
No,
At least this recent history
not
anyway.
for the last 20 or 30 years. No.
Yeah, but that's a bummer.
Yeah.
Because then that stadium's going to sit empty and they're going to use it for like literally just a few hours out of every year. Just a few hours out of the year. And so how long is it going to sit empty for before they're finally like, all right, let's tear it down?
Yeah. There's not going to be able to keep that open.
Yeah, that's frustrating.
So, Mac, what do you have on the Iowa USC game?
Man, I love a resurgent Iowa. It always warms my heart to see Kirk Ferentz do something notable at Iowa in today's version of college football, because Lord knows the game has left Mr. Ferentz behind back in the 1800s when everybody had wooden teeth and ran the pistol formation. Yeah, I think USC is probably going to win this, and probably by a lot. I want to give Iowa the benefit of the doubt because like they figured something out on offense ish. But I still think it's going to be USC. Oh, let's say 35, Iowa 13.
All right. So you both have 13 for Iowa.
Yeah, well, it's a very unlucky number.
Marmar is out there. Says, yo,
What
Marmar.
up?
And let's see. Brandon has
Marmar.
USC 34, Iowa 10. It's a little bit less than what you guys have there.
It's respectable.
All right, guys. That does it for the football picking portion of the show. Thank you for hanging out through all these technical difficulties. Rob, thank you very much for being on the show. Appreciate it. Appreciate you hanging out over switching between live streams.
It happens, man. It happened a couple of times on Peter and I show, but thankfully you were there to let us know that the screen was black. So
yeah, remember that? Yeah,
it happens. It happens.
Why don't you tell everybody where they can find you?
You can find my co-host Peter and I at Buckeye's Battlecry. Battlecry is one word. We go live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. and we're also doing other content, giving you the boldest takes, and also YouTube TV needs to figure it out. They haven't got that contract dispute. Currently, can't watch Monday Night Football or SEC games on ABC or ESPN. There's a lot of great games this weekend, so I suggest if you have YouTube TV, give Fubio TV a try. They have a 7-day free trial. They pretty much have the same stuff.
Fubo?
Yeah,
That one?
Fubo. Yeah, I thought it was
Fubo. All right.
Yeah, it is Fubo.
I think so.
Fubio,
Yeah.
yeah.
Cool. I'll have to check it out.
Fubio, it's Mexican.
Fubio. Fubo.
All right,
TV.
Rob. Thank you very much for being on.
See ya.
Enjoy your weekend, and we will see you next week.
You guys too.
All right, take care.
See you, Rob.
All right. What else we got here? Brandon Court says, back in the rugby style football days. That's where Kirk Ferentz comes from.
Yeah.
Marmar says, love you guys. Love you too, Marmar.
Love you, Marmar.
All 18 of you out there in the chat, really appreciate you hanging out with us. I don't know how many of you were here for the crashing live stream, but appreciate you guys moving over here and continuing to watch the show. I apologize. I know computers. I know how to do this stuff, and still everything goes wrong, which is why I will never have a self-driving car. I just want to put that out there.
That was a massive logic leap.
No, I will never trust my life to a self-driving car. It's just not going to happen.
No,
Don't like robots either. That's where you get the Terminators.
No.
If I ever have a robot, I'll
They're safe now.
break it.
No, you don't have to. No, they're safe now. It's okay.
It's not happening.
It's not. But also, it's not even really your fault. I mean, you tried to do the recording thing at the same time,
Which
it
is an
just ate
option.
up too much. It's an option. It just ate
Yep.
up too much CPU. How are you supposed to know that? Honestly, you are the victim here, and we should probably sue. What are we using? Talk Studio. We need to sue Talk Studio.
Yeah.
For the amount of ad revenue and super chat revenue that we lost for the amount of time that we were offline there. So,
you know what I got to show everybody too? I'm going to get rid of that. I need to bring up this screen that has our new top 25 poll on it.
Oh yeah.
This is actually
so cool.
This is actually for members too. This is we're venturing into getting something here for you guys who are members. And this is what we have, the new Team Rivalry Top 25 poll. This is week 12. We're already into that. You can actually still vote on it too. Right now, it's actually open to everybody. I'm going to lock it down this week to members. So if you're not a member, you can check this out. And if you like it, then you can become a member and keep going with it. You do have to sign up. There's a sign in, sign up at the top here. And all we ask for is your email address and a password. Not collecting a bunch of data, not going to sell your data. I don't even know how. So don't worry about that. The only reason we need your email address is so that you have a login. You can log in. And when you log in, there is, and I'm not logged in right now, so you can't see it, but in the menu here, there will be a Premier menu option. You click on the Premier option and it says Top 25 poll. You go there, you vote, and your vote will show up as part of the tabulation here. Mac, I don't know if you got a chance to look at this yet. I just launched it today.
Yeah.
And it might even still have a bug or two in it. I've been working on it, but it came out really nice. I think I really like how it looks. It's a little bit smushed right now because of my screen. But anyway, I don't know, Mac. Have you had a chance to look at it before now? And what do you think?
Yeah, I looked at it a little bit earlier. This is freaking awesome. It's so cool. You can vote. You can literally be a part of creating an actual top 25 poll. And I get that we've only got 2,300 subscribers right now. But when we get 1 million subscribers and we release this poll, people will look at this and be like, hey, maybe this is actually more legit than the AP and the CFP because this is the people's voice.
Yeah.
And I say that in jest, but actually there's something to that. I mean, the more people who vote on this, like as long as you're not voting to be a jerk or something and always putting like I'm under no illusion that Western Michigan should be ranked. But if you're voting Western Michigan to be the #1 team in the nation, no, stop doing that and seek help. But no, it's awesome. It's a really cool thing. And it's only $1 to become a member. It supports the channel as we try and build this whole thing up and create this community. And this is just one more thing that we're trying to provide to, I don't know, make this community a little bit more fun and community focused, because it's a community focused community.
Now, what I'll tell you though is that what you have to do is, if you become a member on the channel, use that email address to sign up on the website. That way we can link them together and verify that you're a member. So that when I do lock it down to members, I'm going to lock it down to YouTube members. So you don't want to get lost and not be able to vote after that. So become a member on the channel and then sign up on the website, and you will be a voting member of the Team Rivalry Top 25 poll.
Boom.
Boom.
That's awesome.
Something for the
That's
members.
really cool. Also, check out, show the articles that we're doing.
Oh yeah. Okay. So you can also go to the main page. So that's I should have said too, that's the poll is on stats.teamrivalry. Oh, you can't see that up there. So the website is the website with the poll on it is stats.teamrivalry.com. stats.teamrivalry.com. The main website, teamrivalry.com, is our new Babylon Bee style Team Rivalry Times, where I've been writing articles for this. While Mac is doing his comedy YouTube videos, I'm doing the comedy articles here, the satire articles. And
sports news you shouldn't trust.
Yeah. Because we like to have fun with it. We're all about having fun with football. I mean, we speculate and I love a lot of, our guys, Rob and Peter and Ben and Garrison and Mac. They're great at analyzing football, and it's good stuff. But when it comes down to it, we're all guessing because any given Saturday, anything can happen. So we like to have fun with it. And one of the ways we have fun with it is writing these articles now. They're meant to be funny. Just like Mac's intros to the videos are meant to be funny, and Mac has been killing it. Those are just hilarious. Those comedy.
They're meant to be. They're not always, but they're meant to be.
They're meant to be, and they're good. Yeah. So again, and if you go to teamrivalry.com, then here is the stats button that gets you back to the stats website where the poll is.
Boom. Look at that.
So it's coming together. We're getting stuff for members. We're making it happen.
Yeah. It's happening. We're building the community.
Exactly. And I think that's going to do it for us tonight, unless you got anything else you want to add, Mac.
No, I'm kind of tired.
Yeah. Let me grab a couple things here. Well, yeah. No, I am too. Wolverine Gage says, I think Indiana will win the Big Ten championship. I would really like them to. I think that would be an awesome way to cap off their last 2 seasons. Even a national championship. I would love to see Indiana get that national championship. GG says, yeah, that's right. Don't trust the robots. Exactly. Never trust a robot.
I'm not saying trust the robots. I'm just saying self-driving cars. Like it's, I just,
You hack that system, you're dead.
that's
GG
not
dope.
a thing.
Go Blue. Love the show. Go Blue. Go Blue, GG.
Thank you.
For being around.
Appreciate you, Gigi.
And Wolverine Gage says, great show, guys. Go Blue. Thank you very much, Wolverine Gage. And thank you for hanging out through all of the technical turmoil. And that's going to do it for us tonight. Mac, take us out.
This is the technical difficulty stream on the Michigan Wolverines live stream show thing on YouTube that we do.
Good night.
Good night.